People say Charlie Kirk called the equal rights movement a mistake. Watch the full clip and decide for yourself.
You said the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, so the parts of the Civil Rights Act were great, but the way it's now being implemented to force men in female bathrooms to push forward of the trans agenda, the intent of the Civil Rights Act is way beyond what it was originally authored for.
But the intent specifically originally was to
Well, that's
desegregate.
interesting. So the intent and the law are two different things. So the intent was noble, which was to say that no American can be not allowed into a place of business based on the color of their skin or their ethnic heritage. Totally agreement with that.
And in case you missed that, let's hear that again.
The intent and the law are two different things. So the intent was noble, which was to say that no American can be not allowed into a place of business based on the color of their skin or their ethnic heritage. Totally agreement with that.
In other words, he agrees that no one should be denied access to anywhere because of the color of their skin. And that is true for colleges, universities, businesses, etc.
That's not what the law only did. It created a massive anti-racist DEI army that then gave us affirmative action. For example, recently, Merrick Garland sued using the Civil Rights Act, saying that we cannot have voter ID in certain states because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. So basically what the Civil Rights Act did is that it went beyond disparate impact and then went to disparate effect. In the sense where if Black Americans are not doing as well as white Americans in a certain category, you can now use the Civil Rights Act and say that's a violation of the Civil Rights Act, even though there might be other contributing factors.
In other words, he does support equal rights. That's not the issue. The issue is how some of these laws and policies are being applied. Take sports, for example. Do you think lawmakers originally had in mind that someone who went through male puberty would compete in women's sports? Because that's how some laws are being interpreted today, and it's being called equal rights. He's questioning whether this is what they intended when they first wrote the law. His point isn't that one group is better than another. It's that when organizations set diversity goals or targets as part of DEI efforts, some people may question whether someone was chosen for qualifications or to help meet those goals. Without focus on such targets, no one would be questioning their competence. If you only hear short clips, it's easy to misinterpret what someone is saying. Context matters. Seeing the full interaction is what leads to a sensible conclusion.